What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we have the Houston Rockets, a team that won just 20 games last year, just had the number 3 overall pick, used it to take Jabari Smith Jr., and now probably have one of the best young cores in the league. So I've wanted to do a Rockets rebuild for a long time, and I'm actually pretty happy I'm doing it today. And the reason I am saying that is because they actually made a trade last night. They made a trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder in one of the weirder trades I've seen in a long time. Basically, the Rockets got Derek Favors, Ty Jerome, Mo Harkless, Teo Malden, and a 2025 second-round pick. Thunder received David Nwaba, Sterling Brown, Trey Burke, and Marquise Chris. So it was a really weird trade, kind of from both sides. It was one of those things, it's like, what's the point of this deal? And actually, I appreciate somebody actually explained it to me on Twitter. Professor Airball explained it to me on Twitter. Really appreciate it. He said, from Oklahoma City's perspective, the deal is mainly a financial one, as it saves them $1 million in salary and drops them approximately $10 million under the luxury tax threshold. For Houston, they'll get a second-round pick for taking on an additional $1 million in salary. So it kind of does make sense from that perspective. It was just weird to see kind of that collection of players getting traded for each other. And I know you guys have been enjoying both the current and the historic rebuilds. So let me know which one you guys do want to see whenever the next video is. I'll probably take the weekend off as I have been doing, but let me know. I'll be back Monday, of course. And of course, if you guys are new around here, have not yet subscribed, we'd love to have you. Feel free to hit that sub button, join the community. But without further ado, man, I almost said the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Houston Rockets do have one of my favorite young cores in this league. Our goal, obviously, in 3 years to get them a championship. Let's see if we can do that. I'm sure we'll make a couple trades, but before we do, let's talk about this roster real quick and how they're probably still not quite into the playoff contention yet, but they're definitely building something right here. And I think they definitely can be really good in a few years. So let's get right into it. Kevin Porter Jr., really solid point guard option for this young team. Only 22 years old, has been playing pretty well. Now, we don't know how well he's going to progress. In older 2Ks, he progressed really well. Sometimes in the newer 2Ks, progression doesn't go as fluently as maybe you kind of want it to. Two of the new pieces here that came over in this trade, Ty Jerome, Teo Malden. I'm not going to spend too much time on them, mostly because I don't think they're going to be here for the majority of the video. I'm actually going to be playing Ty Washington Jr., the backup point guard minutes this year. So honestly, I might just trade these two right now. This is not a realistic rebuild. It is not supposed to be a realistic rebuild. Jalen Green, one of the best players on this team, if not the best player probably, but he had a good rookie year. And his rookie year kind of got overshadowed a little bit just strictly based off the fact that there were so many good rookies last year. But he's going to be really, really good in a few years. So I'm excited to watch him play. He's obviously a really explosive player, and one that I'm excited to watch in the future. Josh Christopher, as his backup, was also a 2021 draft pick. Decent rookie year. How many minutes a game? He played probably about 18 minutes a game. It's not too bad for 18 minutes a game. Obviously, probably one of the better backup options we could have on this team. Eric Gordon, who for some reason is still here. I don't know if they just can't trade the contract or they don't want to buy him out or whatever it may be. I don't see a purpose for 33-year-old Eric Gordon to still be kind of stretching it out here with the Houston Rockets, but he is. We got Garrison Matthews at the backup 3. Also, if you're saying where's Mo Harkless, I basically had to choose somebody because I can't have 16 guys on a roster. You guys all know that. Jabari Smith Jr., who was just the number 3 overall draft pick out of Auburn, obviously, hopefully, going to have a really bright career ahead of him. He does progress really well in this game, so I'm excited to have that happen here. We got Jayshawn Tate, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Terry Eason. All our guys that I do want to play. We'll try to figure out a way that maybe I can play all 3 of them, but we will see. Alperen Şengün, who I think is poised to have a breakout season this year. I am pretty high on him. He's not necessarily somebody I think is going to be a most improved winner, but he's somebody that I think can definitely take his game to another level. Then we got Derek Favors, who just came over in that trade, then Usman Garuba. But Derek Favors will be traded. A lot of these guys are going to be traded. Let's get into those trades. So the Utah Jazz want to give me 23-year-old Jared Vanderbilt for Eric Gordon in a second-round pick. I'm definitely going to be doing this. Now, Jared Vanderbilt doesn't necessarily put up the best numbers in this game, but he's on a multi-year deal. He's 10 years younger than Eric Gordon, and he's making less money. So that's a deal I'm going to take pretty much 10 times out of 10, and welcome to the team, Jared. I've done this trade a decent amount, but we're going to be sending Derek Favors over to the Memphis Grizzlies for a top 3 protected pick from the Warriors in 2024, and Killian Tilly. Yeah, you know what? Derek Favors was just never going to crack this rotation. I'm not trying to be a good team this year, so I really don't want players that are going to possibly contribute to wins. As weird as that sounds, Derek Favors contributing to a win, but yeah, he's probably one of those guys that could definitely be better suited on a team that's going to be contending. So, Derek, I thank you for your time here. Unfortunately, it was time to go. We are sending Ty Jerome over to the New Orleans Pelicans along with a second-round pick for a top, actually, it's not even protected. It's a 2026 pick swap from the Bucks and the Pelicans. The pick swaps confused the fuck out of me. But, yeah, we're also getting Garrett Temple back. Basically, it's just for the first-round pick at this point. Ty Jerome was not going to play here, so I'll take the trade asset and we might have one or two more deals. I actually couldn't find any more trades that were really beneficial for me, so we didn't end up making any more. But we do have the rotation set here at the start of year one. Now, this team is not going to be good, and I fully am prepared for that, and I'm hoping for another high draft pick. But here's how it is going to look. It's Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Jared Vanderbilt, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Şengün. Really no surprises in that starting five. Obviously, we traded for Vanderbilt, and I think he's hopefully going to be a piece that helps this team a little bit. He doesn't put up the best numbers, as I mentioned, but having that 78 overall player in there definitely should help the team. The bench unit's actually pretty good. I actually moved Kenyon Martin Jr. to the backup small forward spot. He's going to be taking over as that six-man role. Again, maybe one of our weaker points in that starting lineup is that small forward spot, so he's going to be getting minutes there. Followed by Jayshawn Tate, Josh Christopher, Usman Garuba, and Ty Washington Jr. as well. So guys like Garrison Matthews and Terry Eason and Taylor Malden, unfortunately, are not going to get minutes. I'm actually going to go ahead and I am going to send Terry Eason down to the G League. I would like to get him some minutes eventually. I know I mentioned that earlier in this video. But unfortunately, there's really just not a spot for him right now. So we sent him down to the G League. I think it'll probably be beneficial for a year. And yeah, maybe we'll see what we can do with them at the end of year one going into year two. I'll see you guys at the end of the first season. You're all probably used to it by now, but Luka wins another MVP award. It's a triple-double. Really no surprise there. I was not paying attention to our record. I cannot imagine this team won more than 25-ish games. We will see, though. Jabari Smith Jr. does win Rookie of the Year, so that's a high point for us on the season. Just under 19 points, 8 boards, almost 2 assists. I will 100% take that. Maybe get those percentages up from the field. And maybe 3-point a little bit. But we will see. Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year. They need to update this. He's not going to be a 6th man, I don't think. Giannis Depoy, Trey Jones, most improved. Billy Donovan wins Coach of the Year. The Bulls were that good? I guess they were. I've actually seen the Bulls win a lot of championships here in year one in these rebuilds. Moment of truth. How bad were we? We were 21. Holy shit. 10-72 for the Utah Jazz. We are currently projected the number 2 overall pick. And we have the number 2 odds at the number 1 overall pick. You know what I mean? But hopefully that kind of pans out. I'd like to have a decent draft pick. Let's look at points per game. It was actually Jabari Smith Jr. and then Jalen Green at KPJ. All around 18, 19 points a game. I will take that. Şengün, not too bad. I'll take 11.5, almost 8 and 4. Beautiful. Next, Nikola Jokic. I'm kidding. Jayshawn Tate, Josh Christopher, Kenyon Martin Jr., Ty Washington, Jared Vanderbilt. As I mentioned, yeah, he doesn't put up the best numbers. Had a decent amount of rebounds, though, so I do give him credit there. He's actually our second leading rebounder following Jabari Smith Jr. And then assist was KPJ. We do not have to worry about the playoffs. That is not something we're going to be worried about here in year one. This is something we want to simulate through. Ja Morant wins Western Conference Finals MVP, and Kyrie Irving takes home Eastern Conference Finals MVP. This is not a matchup I've seen a lot here in year one. I've seen a lot of Bulls and a lot of Pelicans, but not typically this matchup. Nets go on to win the finals, and 34. I can't fucking speak this early in the morning. 34-year-old Kevin Durant wins Finals MVP. I believe that's his third, correct? All right, we have a moment of truth now, and it's the off-season draft lottery, because this is obviously going to kind of set us up for the future of this video. We are, as I mentioned, projected the second odds at the number 1 overall pick. It's all 14%, so we hopefully should land a pretty good pick. And we fall to 3, but that's fine by me. I'm actually not planning on drafting Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama today, so that actually works out beautifully. So with that being said, I might make a trade or two. We are going to hop into staff signing. Steven Salas is fine by me. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I believe I am. I'm not positive on that, though. But he's fine by me to have him here. We do have the number 3 overall draft pick. Now, what do I want to do? Oh, wow, the Bucks were bad. We also have their first-round pick at 11. That's actually really big. Okay, that puts me a little bit in a weird spot right now, but I think I can figure out what I'm going to do with it. I wasn't really finding any trades that I really liked, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to draft 2 guys. We're going to see. I'm assuming Henderson and Wembanyama will go 1-2. I'm really kind of hoping they do, because I have a guy in mind at number 3. And let's see what happens. Wow, Scoot Henderson's here. I'm not going to draft him today. I just got him in a video yesterday, so I'm not going to do it 2 days in a row, albeit it probably would have been a good fit. I mean, I'm fine with KPJ, but you never know. But I'm not going to draft him for a second video in a row. Now, you can probably be pissed at me for that. I'm going to be taking Cameron Whitmore, who I know plays really well. I could also take Keontae George, but 6'5" or 6'7". It's a little bit of a difference for me when I am starting somebody at the small forward spot. So Cameron Whitmore, welcome to the team, newest Houston Rocket until we do draft somebody here at number 11. Let's see who's on the board for us. Anthony Black. Nick Smith's actually projected to go like number 2 or 3 overall, I think. Not 2 or 3, I think like 3, 4, 5, something like that. So he definitely could be an option there. I'm thinking of other positions of need. We really don't have any, so maybe we take the best player on the board, and maybe that's Nick Smith today. So, you know what? Honestly, Nick Smith, welcome to the team. Maybe not our biggest need, but we're hoping that he can turn out to be pretty good. Whitmore's a 78, Nick Smith's a 77. That's 2 beautiful young prospects we have right there. I'm really excited about it. We got team player options right now. I'm bringing back everybody strictly for the fact that I can kind of go ahead and probably just trade them for picks now that we are in the offseason. KPJ is somebody I definitely do want to give a qualifying offer to. And here in free agency, we're probably not going to be spending a ton of money, besides obviously re-signing and paying KPJ. So let's take a look at this roster right now. The point guard spot's a little weak, and that's strictly based off the fact that we do not have KPJ re-signed. The shooting guard spot is strong. I do want to get Nick Smith minutes, which means I might be out on Josh Christopher, as much as it does suck. But I think I'm probably going to get better production out of Nick Smith. So he's going to be starting there. I do like Cameron Whitmore, so he's probably going to take over the starting spot at the small forwards position. And then we might figure out some other trades, because honestly, I think if I'm going to upgrade any spot on this team right now, maybe center eventually if Şengün cannot progress as well, but we're obviously going to give him another year. But I'm thinking of maybe upgrading our point guard spot, because I don't want to leave this core exactly the same. Maybe I'll give him one more year. Like, I'm a little off on what I want to do here with KPJ. Like, he played really well for us. I got to upgrade something at some point in time. So, we're going to give KPJ one more year, and we're not going to make many major changes to this squad. And honestly, that's fine by me. So we are going to pay him right now. How much does he want? He wants around, that's actually not too bad at all. I can actually work with that. So Kevin Porter Jr., welcome back to Houston. And on a really cheap deal, honestly, for how well he's been playing. But we are going to maybe make some upgrades at some backup positions, or we're just going to trade some guys for picks. Let's see what we can find. We are getting a first and second round draft pick from the Charlotte Hornets for Teo Malden and Garrett Temple. I'm going to try to go a little bit rapid fire here. That is one of probably a couple trades. So I'm stuck between two deals here for Josh Christopher. Now, a lot of you are probably not going to be happy that I am trading him, but I am higher on Nick Smith. Ultimately, the shooting guard spot's not really a need at all. So Josh Christopher, I'm either going to do this one here with the Pelicans, or I'm going to do this one here with the Pistons. If I do this deal with the Pelicans, instead of this Milwaukee pick, I would actually prefer to have this Lakers pick, which obviously makes a lot more sense. So they want a swap in 2025. Can I maybe not swap? Can you just take Golden State's pick? They want our pick in 2027. They'll actually throw in Milwaukee's pick as well. That Lakers pick might end up being valuable. I'm very happy with that trade. It's a 2027 first-round pick here from the Chicago Bulls. We're going to be sending them Garrison Matthews. That is probably one of our final-ish deals. I'm actually going to keep Devontae Graham. He's going to back up KPJ at the point guard spot. It's not a shot against Ty Washington Jr., but I'd like to get somebody who's a little bit higher of an overall than a 71. So the final trade we're probably going to make at this point, I'm going to keep Terry Eason on the roster, is probably just going to be Ty Washington Jr. Now, I'm doing this because I honestly I can't fucking speak. I value first-round picks more than some other bench pieces. So can I just have a first-round pick without me having to give one up? Is that too much to ask? No? Seriously? I can't just get a first round. Honestly, fine. I'll do another one from the Chicago Bulls. All right, we take a look at this roster right now. I think maybe we can move Kenyon Martin Jr. Is he expiring? If he's not expiring, I'll keep him. He's expiring. I'm going to trade him. Obviously, we're basically trading a whole lot of our bench pieces right now, and that kind of sucks. I would have liked to have kept a lot of these guys, but just kind of the way the draft picks worked out here. Obviously, the Bucks having giving us the 11th overall pick was never anything that any of us expected, and I cannot get a single first-round pick for a guy who's a 76 overall. I could do this deal. I just don't want to, really. I want to give the chance to Alperen Şengün to develop, and I don't think having Mitchell Robinson on this team will help that out. So, honestly, I'll just keep Kenyon Martin Jr. We can ride it out with them, and that's probably going to be it for trades. I know that was a lot to kind of throw at you, but it's fine by me. This team does look a little bit different than how we did last year. Now, this team's probably still not in playoff contention, in my opinion, but I have been surprised before, and I'll definitely be surprised again. Maybe we can make a little bit of a run. We are a pretty deep team. Let's go over it a little bit. KPJ, who obviously just got paid, really not as much as he probably deserved. We have Jalen Green now up to an 87 overall. If we want to make any sort of playoff push, really got to be the guy that kind of carries the load here. Cameron Whitmore, who we just took third overall. I'm really hoping he can kind of pan out, really be kind of maybe our second, third star on this team. Jabari Smith Jr., who's second best player on this team at this point in time, just came off a Rookie of the Year. Really hoping he can have another breakout year. Alperen Şengün. Bench unit's actually pretty good. It's Jared Vanderbilt, Nick Smith, Jayshawn Tate, Devontae Graham, and Usman Garuba. Unfortunately, guys like Kenyon Martin Jr., Terry Eason are just, I really can't find the minutes for them. I don't do 11 or 12-man rotations. So I'm sorry, guys. It's just not going to happen. I'll see you guys at the end of the second season. Nikola Jokic, triple-double. We have a new triple-double king here winning the MVP award. You know what? At least it's somebody besides Luka. I'll give credit to 2K. I have no idea how good or bad we were. Not going to lie. I know it's basically beating a dead horse, but I was not paying attention while we were simulating. Jude Henderson, Rookie of the Year, got drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 4. We obviously passed on him at number 3. Maybe a little bit of a controversial decision, but I did not want to get him 2 days in a row. He also wins 6th Man of the Year, so obviously he's backing up Shea. I feel like there's probably a way to get him into that starting 5, but obviously you have Giddey there as well. Might be a little tough. Jokic, what in the world? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think Nikola Jokic's defense is as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. But I will say him winning a Defensive Player of the Year is one of the crazier things I've ever seen. Chet Holmgren wins Most Improved. Nate McMillan wins Coach of the Year. So, are we in the playoffs? It does not appear. I'm telling you, man, I put together some weird teams. I mean, albeit this was a 48-win team, so, 2 seed for that is really kind of weird. But, I've put together some really weird squads that somehow always end up making the playoffs and making a little bit of a playoff push. So, a 48-win team taking the 2 seed is a little bit weird. Jabari Smith Jr. definitely takes that next step, leads us in scoring, leads us in boards probably, and really impressive season. Or he's second in boards behind Şengün. Jalen Green, Cameron Whitmore, really solid rookie season, 16.5, 5.5, almost 3.5. I'll take it. Nick Smith is Kevin Porter Jr., Alperen Şengün, Tate, Devontae Graham, Vanderbilt, Garuba. I feel bad not being able to play Terry Eason because I kind of want to. All right, well, we skipped right over the play, and we got the Utah Jazz who won 10 games last year. And Gordon Hayward's back in Utah. I'm honestly not sure how this team's winning games. Maybe they have the depth to do it, but I'm not really scared of them in the slightest. We do win in 6, moving on to the Oklahoma City Thunder, another really good young core team who have a lot of talent. It's Shea, it's Giddey, Dort, the Walking Lesbian, Chet Holmgren, Scoot Henderson, Trey Mann, Poku. I mean, it's obviously a whole lot of talent there, and they're probably better than us at this point in time. We're 2-2 with them right now. We lose 2 on our home court and win 2 on their court. We go down 3-2. We're going to Game 7, so we haven't won on our home floor yet. Neither team has. That's really weird. If we're going by that schedule, we're probably going to lose this game. And no, wow, we finally won one on our home court, and we're here in the Western Conference Finals with home court advantage, taking on Ja Morant and the rest of the Memphis Grizzlies. This is not a point that I thought I'd be at right now. They added Nikola Vucevic. It kind of just came, and I'm surprised to say the least. I did not think that we were anywhere near this good, and we're up 3-0 on what in the hell is going on. In the Orlando Magic are meeting us here in the NBA Finals. 2 of the worst teams last year in real life in the NBA are here in the Finals in just 2024. That's absolutely insane. Let's take a look at this Magic squad. They had Chris Middleton. They obviously have Paolo Banchero. So, kind of a battle between the number 1 and number 3 overall pick of the 2022 draft. I don't know why Mo Bamba is playing over Wendell Carter Jr., but the depth on this team is really, really good. And it does scare me. I would not be surprised if we lost. I guess we're just winning today. I really... It's like the second day in a row that I've put together a team that should not have won a championship. I did it with the Pistons, and today I'm here doing it with the Rockets. And Alperen, what in the world? Well, championship done, video done. I'm kidding. I'm obviously doing one more year, but that is just... How? I have no idea. Let's see. We are projecting the number 9 overall pick from the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't really know what I'd want to do with that pick. Maybe get somebody to replace Devontae Graham. Maybe somebody to replace Usman Garuba. We stick right there at number 9. We'll probably go ahead and use the pick. Steven Salas, I do want to bring back just because obviously we just won a championship. There's really no reason to get a different head coach. So welcome back to Houston. All right, we do have the number 11. Excuse me, what was it? 9 overall pick? I think it was something like that. It is 9. We also have 15 and 17, and then 5, 28, and 30 in the second round. I do not need all these draft picks, so I'm going to trade them all for future picks, and then I'll see you guys in the draft. We're here at our spot at number 9 right now. Obviously, we can take a look at the summary. Xavier Booker, Ron Holland, Mateus Buzlelis, or however you pronounce it. I'm horrible. Names, DJ Wagner, Mackenzie Mbako, Justin Edwards. A lot of guys that are really good. I'm thinking positionally right now, I don't really have any huge needs. Omaha Billiou could be a fun guy to draft. I don't really need a backup power forward that bad, though. Grant Dickey, are you a real person? I just kind of refuse to believe that. Mikey Williams could be fun. Definitely somebody I've heard about before. I feel like I've seen his hoop mixtapes before. Isaiah Collier. Let's take Mikey Williams. Sure, screw it. Welcome to Houston. Gonna probably be our new backup point guard. He's 75 overall. Fine by me. We're going to bring back Jayshawn Tate and everybody else here. Obviously, none of them are really making a ton of money. Qualifying offers, I'll maybe extend Kenyon Martin Jr. one. If he gets a real contract, I'm obviously not going to match it. He wasn't even in the rotation. So I'm probably just going to honestly let Jared Vanderbilt go. Money-wise, we have about $43 million, so I can go out and sign somebody if I really wanted to. Do I maybe go out and sign Anthony Davis? Am I interested in Anthony Davis? He has a 3-year deal from the Golden State Warriors. What is that, 130 divided by 3? Let me pull out the old trusty calculator. I have a college degree and I still can't do basic math. It's about $43 million a season. So obviously we can give him this much and it'll probably be more. Do I want to bring him in? Honestly, I might do it just because why not? I mean, we've won the championship. No, he doesn't fit the timeline, but this team winning a championship also didn't fit their own goddamn timeline. So I might clear up a little bit of money just so I can maybe overpay and kind of get him. There's probably somebody here. I don't need Devontae Graham anymore. He can be traded, and we can kind of call it. So, first round pick from the Hawks. Also, I'll show you guys the trades that I made for draft picks. These were the trades right here. If you want to take a look, feel free to pause and take a look at them. So, can I get Anthony Davis on this team? We obviously just won a championship. That's the most I can give him. I'll give him a full max contract. It's the final year. And I want him here. We just won a championship. Why wouldn't I want him here? I'm just going to let probably both of these guys go at this point. I don't really feel like I need either of them. Anthony Davis is going to come in, probably be starting over Şengün, I would have to say so. And then I'm probably going to be trading Garuba, maybe even packaging Terry Eason, maybe for a new backup small forward. But other than that, I'm just going to leave it. I mean, again, this is not going to be my most glamorous team, but this, if it worked. So I'm really not going to change much. Unfortunately, I have 25,000 draft picks sitting here. I really didn't end up needing any of them, which kind of sucks. It would have been fun to use them. Anthony Black and Chris Duarte. I actually almost took Anthony Black. I don't really need both of them. Like, can I just have one person here? I'll figure something out. I don't know what I just did. I am such an idiot. I just made a huge trade, and I got LaMelo Ball. Why? I don't know. I had to trade all those pieces in order to go ahead and... That was a lot, I know. I had to trade all of them in order to make the money work, and we just got LaMelo Ball on this team, so obviously our bench just got absolutely deleted. But I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, this is still a really, really solid team. I think at this point in time, I need to get some backups because I obviously do not have a ton anymore. But what I do have is still a lot of draft picks, so I can go ahead and I can sign guys, and then I can just trade them for players that I think are a little bit better. Obviously, still making similar amounts of money. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to sign a bunch of guys, and I have no idea what sort of trade options I'm going to have. This might end up backfiring a little bit just strictly based off the fact that I might not be able to trade for some good bench pieces, but I obviously need a backup point guard. I don't want to run with Josh Richardson. I need to be backup small forward, and Trey Lyles isn't horrible. He could be a decent backup to Jabari Smith Jr., but I'd like to get somebody a little bit better. So Grayson Allen and 2 first-round draft picks here. Obviously, I have all these picks. I kind of want to make the most out of them. Ooh, Hauser Thompson's here. I do need a backup small forward. Hauser Thompson's going to be that guy, and now we're going to go ahead and move Josh Richardson in hopes of finding a new backup point guard. Do I just bring Ty Washington back? He barely even played last year. Caleb Love. Honestly, not too bad. Trey Jones is an option as well. I'm actually interested in Trey Jones. At least we're getting options for point guards. Could go Terrence Smith. Ooh, Terrence Smith. Yeah, welcome to the team. Fine by me. All right. Maybe I try to find an upgrade for Trey Lyles. I did not mean to screw this team up that much. It kind of just fell in my lap and kind of happened, but I didn't think I was going to be able to trade for LaMelo Ball, and I obviously was. Arthur Kaluma. Fine. All right, we made a whole lot of trades. Some of you might be mad at some of them, but I'm happy with this team. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. I feel like we had a really good core, and I traded almost all of it for LaMelo Ball, and honestly, that's fine by me. LaMelo Ball, obviously, really transcendent player, 24.5 points, almost 7 boards, 10 assists. I'm obviously excited to have him here. I didn't even know it was possible to trade for him, but he's now here, and we're hoping he can help lead us to a second championship in this video. It's LaMelo Ball, Jalen Green, Cameron Whitmore, Jabari Smith Jr., and Anthony Davis. The bench unit, Nick Smith, Alperen Şengün, Hauser Thompson, Arthur Kaluma, and Terrence Smith. Let's see what can happen at the end of year 3. I'm hoping for a second championship. He took a year off, and he's right back. Luka Doncic could not stay away for long and wins his second MVP of this video. We went 64-18. I was actually paying attention because I wanted to see how good this team was, because it's honestly not like any other team I've really built so far here in 2K23, and I think it came out really well. Xavier Booker, I believe, went number 1 overall to the Spurs. He did. It does win Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson wins 6th Man of the Year in OKC. Holmgren, Defensive Player of the Year. Interesting. Dyson Daniels, Most Improved. Steven Salas, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Coach of the Year here at 68 wins. Really no surprise there. So we were 15 games up in the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would have to assume this team is probably going to walk its way into a second championship. I really can't imagine that anybody's going to be beating this. So feel free to pause, take a look at the numbers if you wish. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves here in round 1. Now, this is a team that I've built. Not the Timberwolves, I mean like us here in Houston finally. This is a team that should be winning championships. The one I had last year, I'm not going to say it was a fluke, but it was a weird team. Oh, Lonzo's back in LA. It was a weird team. What the hell is this team? How are you winning basketball games? It was a weird team to win a championship last year. You know, like I had no like wish or kind of hope that they were going to win, and they did. So now I'm going to be kind of disappointed if we don't win a championship. You kind of know what I'm saying? I feel like almost if we don't win this year, it'll almost make last year worse in some ways, if that makes any sense. We're in the NBA Finals. LaMelo Ball wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Darius Garland wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. This game loves Darius Garland. I like Darius Garland a lot. I think this game maybe needs to pump the brakes on him a little bit. That is a very deep bench, and this Cavs team is very, very good. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Holy shit. Wow. That Cavs team was insane. How many games did they win last year? Or this year? They won 55 games. I mean, there, in my opinion, probably wasn't any. I mean, that's just insane. All right, well, yeah, that I guess I'm hurt kind of that we didn't win a championship, but I'm also thankful we won one the year before. Like, this team was obviously better. I don't really know. That's 2K for you in a nutshell. That's all I can basically say. But other than that, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I know I still have a lot of current teams and a lot of historic teams to do. I got 3 generations of historic rebuilds to do, so I'm happy to do those. Let me know in the comment section which ones y'all want to see. Other than that, there probably won't be a video this weekend, unfortunately. I've been trying to take the weekends off. Just, I have a busy schedule with work and then YouTube, and been trying to enjoy the weekends a little bit. So I do apologize that I'm not uploading on the weekends. Sometimes if I record 2 videos on Friday, I can sometimes get it out. But apologies on that. Hopefully you guys do understand. And, yeah, other than that, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys all do have a great weekend. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.